So I just perused the 22 episode single solitary soul ever season of Limitless. It's a couple years old, and most of you missed it. Quite frankly, the first thing I did notice, it was completely miscast. Jennifer should have been the star, the chief character star, not the second banana. She definitely would have pulled it off better. I mean, I could see why it failed. The dude was just way too douchey. It's, yeah, no, he was like annoyingly, and he was like the kind of just nobody. I mean, there was some humor, but he wasn't likable at all, and not even in the character identification way. There was, it seemed like 3 or 4 points through the series where they changed direction, obviously knowing that the ship was sinking. They were trying to find a sandbar to rest it on, and I mean, there were some, technical points and dealing with the subject matter, which obviously the writer was just making up anything and everything completely. I mean, it's like if he had a fact, he would flip it upside down, cut it up into small pieces, and throw it in the trash, and just make something up to replace it with. It was difficult to watch. Like I said, Jennifer would have. I mean, there are portions of the concept that are viable for a future reconfiguration. But of course, by that point, Jennifer's already done. I don't think they could use her again. Because she had the initial backstory for her character would have actually worked as well with a couple, minor tweaks, but and her personality, her body language, her cadence would have been much better with the character if she could have committed. Plus, obviously, because of all these, you know, issues with labor in Hollywood that basically make the stress of making a pilot so much because you have to have these exorbitant amounts of money. That's why most of these pilots are so rushed and harried and unprofessional, and it usually takes them 4 episodes to get their characters to almost gel, and then that's when you start noticing all the flaws in the actors, and you have to try and fix them, and it takes another 4 episodes instead of just having a little bit of extra time to go through rehearsals and stuff because you're in such a hurry with a competitive market and exorbitant fees and salaries, just to make the sample. I mean, seriously. I can assume that would be a major problem in this particular episode. The pilot, who was horrendous to watch, it almost made me stop right there. That's how bad it was. I did stick it out for the 22 hours, but only because at some point I realized I have like 30 other shows ready to go in my queue, and I just needed a palate cleanse from the DC Comics. So yeah, the show itself, I mean, seriously, if for some reason you're a fan of Jake's, watch it. Otherwise, bang your head against the wall. It'll be about as fulfilling.